Hi guys, this is video 3 of our kind of introduction to the course video series. This one is going to just kind of go over anything that the last video missed. So the last video was kind of going over the syllabus and welcoming you to the class, and then showing you a little bit about how the discussion board works. And so in this one, I am going to actually scroll down on the home page. This is our course homepage, should look familiar. As a reminder, there are 2 other videos. One is made through Screencast-O-Matic converted to YouTube. The other one is made through Screencast-O-Matic. I'm not quite sure which one you like better. I am going to continue with Screencast-O-Matic converted to YouTube because YouTube does captioning, and so that's easier. But the last one, for some reason, when I hit save or download, it went to Screencast instead of YouTube. So I apologize for that because I won't be able to caption it. If you need any information in that video and you look at it and something doesn't make sense, let me know, and I can either make another video or I can just explain it to you. So this video again is going to go over just stuff that's pertinent for week 1, especially for those of you that are not familiar with Canvas or you're not that comfortable with Canvas. This video is going to be about navigating during this first week, and then particularly Unit 1, which is short stories. So again, I'm on the home page. There are 2 videos there for you. I like how the YouTube video actually makes a little thumb icon. It makes it easier to kind of notice. The Screencast-O-Matic is just a link, so you have to click on it. So remember, always keep scrolling down until it stops and you can't scroll down anymore, and that's the best way not to miss any information. So on here we have the syllabus, which I mentioned in another video. If you haven't already clicked on it, you'll be clicking on it and posting a question to the discussion board. So I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but I'm not assuming that everyone is watching every single video. So there will be a little bit of review in each one. Unit 1 is right here. It's short stories. It is currently the only unit that is open, and it's filled with lots of stuff for you to do. So again, those of you that watched the last video, it was on the syllabus that the routine that we're going to follow is going to be discussions for the material, journaling, making your journal log for the material, being quizzed on the kind of unit. So the first one's short story, and then the last thing you'll do in a unit will be the actual essay assignment or project. And so that's kind of the pattern that we're going to follow. So again, we're clicking on Unit 1 here. The packet for Unit 1 is right here. It's also been emailed to you, and it is located in the discussion board itself. So it's in several different locations. It's also, if you click on content on the side here, you'll find it there. But it's easiest just to click on it from the home page. And then if you click on it, it will download down here, and then you can pull it up. I opened it up in another video. So you're clicking on Unit 1. This is the unit for weeks 1 and 2 of the course. It's filled with lots of information, lots of work to do, lots of discussion. So there are 6 discussions, a journal log, entry for the short stories, which is the descriptions are on it when you click on it, and then quizzes for the short story section, and then lastly the actual essay assignment. So you don't have to go in this particular order, although it's scaffolded and made for you to go in this particular order for a reason. You're building on your ideas. That's what scaffolding is kind of learning an idea and then building on that specific idea. So if you were following the actual way that I've structured it, you would click on week 1, discussion 1. Bless you, baby. When you click on the actual discussion, what you'll find here is directions for what I'm asking you to do. So usually there will be 3 things for you to do. You will read something, you will post something, and then you will read and respond to other classmates. That's the structure. And so for this first one, what you're doing, the question that's kind of guiding this discussion is, how do we come to know truth? And then you're going to click on the link for inductive and deductive reasoning, which is super important. This class is critical thinking and logic, and so you want to be able to determine if information is logical, and that means it makes sense and it's supported with evidence, and you can kind of see a pattern of reasoning within it. And so that's what this entire website is, which is just, it's a really beautiful website filled with images and videos that kind of go over it. And then you can kind of think about, what kind of thinker are you? Do you work through induction or deduction? And so if you work through deductive reasoning, then as you can see from here, from the chart, just to kind of get that visual to let it sink in on a deeper level, you're working from a general idea to a specific or special case. That's deductive. And so one way of thinking it is you're deducing, and that means like subtracting. So you're taking away until you get to this really specific case. If you're working on inductive reasoning, then you're working from a specific case into a general principle. And so the way that I think of inductive reasoning specifically would be like a court case. Many court decisions by the Supreme Court are made in context of one case that has already been proven. And so they'll base an entire decision off of the kind of precedent set by a case. So like the Brown versus Board of Education and separate but equal education. And that was a huge case in the Supreme Court. And so going from a specific case into a general principle about, for example, like separation in schools, separate but equal. So if that helps a little bit, that's kind of the way I think of it. The best way for you to retain or to input information for yourself is to provide specific examples that you can remember, and that's how it's a mnemonic device or a memory kind of device, and it's a way that your brain will kind of retain that information. So our brain is filled with all these ideas, and so part of what can be overwhelming but also really awesome is retrieving information in the context of what we already know, right? And so just as a little geek off for a second with science, the way that your brain creates neurological pathways, those are called dendrites. And so the way that you're going to grow your dendrites is you're going to be mindful of what you already know, and that's how you're going to plug in information. You have a set of knowledge that you've built over all these years, and so when new information comes in, it's the task of your dendrites to figure out where to place this information, and then your dendrites grow like a tree, like branches of a tree, and they just continue to grow.